Hi, I'm Tracy Kryling. I work at Rocky Mountain Sewing and Vacuum, and I present Sew Fun a few times a year, and this is what we were to do in March at the store. So since we're all staying at home, social distancing, we're gonna let you still see what we made today. So if you're not familiar with what Sew Fun is, we have a lecture demo once a month, the third Wednesday of the month. We do it at all 4 stores. We do it 3 times a day at 3 of the stores. Color Springs is twice a day. We have snacks, we have samples of everything we've made, we have show and tell. You guys get to show off what you bring and your creative ideas. And it's just a lot of fun, lots of ways to meet new people and get out of the house and get into sewing a little bit more. Very inspiring. So the discount card is $69.99 a year. It is available online. You go to the link at the end of the video. You can call the stores and sign up for it. You get 20% off anytime you're in the store shopping for notions and thread and books and patterns and designs and whatever you see here. You get 25% off if you come in to take a class with us. Any of our regular scheduled classes, you get 25% off. But we always have a lot of fun, so you might as well come in and see what we're doing. So, starting in March, what we would have done is, this is the first book called The Big Book of Lap Quilts. There are 51 different quilts in here. There are applique ones, seasonal, spring ones, Christmas, all sorts of stuff. Great modern quilts, some old classic quilts, all of that. Some of your favorite designers, me and my sister, Corey Yoder, Kim Deal, Lynn Hagmeyer, lots of people you would recognize have quilts in this book. So if you can tell, I kind of bookmarked a few here. These were my favorites. So there's a few of them in here I really, really, really liked. But the 2 I picked to make are this one here. So you just cut up, I use a fat quarter bundle, cut up a lot of different squares, and you just rearrange them. Each row has a different arrangement. So it went together fairly quickly. I did the binding on the back. So the binding to the back, pulled it to the front and quilted it on with the sewing machine. I didn't do it by hand. For both of these quilts, I used a partial fat quarter pack that I had, and I still had leftovers of it. So it doesn't really take a lot of fabric because they're small pieces. So this is the first quilt I made with it. This next one kind of looks the same, but it is a different designer, a little bit different quilting. What was a little challenging with this quilt is I used directional fabric. Wasn't really thinking about that when I did it. So when you're making this, you have to make sure all of this fabric goes this way. So if you're gonna use directional fabric, probably not your best option, but it looked really cute anyway. And if you can't really tell it's directional unless you look really close. So you're not gonna know this is directional, but very easy to make and doesn't take much time. So when you're making these 2 quilts, this is my new favorite ruler. When you're going to classes, we like our 6 by 24 inch rulers, but they're hard to get to class because they're big. This thing folds in half. So how cool is that? It'll fit in my little sewing case that I have, and I can just leave that in there and take it to class whenever I need it, and then I have my 6 by 24 still. This is not very grippy on the back, so it will slide around a little bit for you. So these true grips are little buttons that go on the back of your ruler. You can still see through them, and then your ruler is not going to slide around while you're trying to cut. You might think that this little seam here is kind of annoying when you're doing your cutting. It's not. You can't even tell that there's a fold there, and it just cuts nicely still. So really cool little 6 by 24 foldable ruler by OmniGrid. So I'm Tracy Kryling. Thanks for watching the video this month for March. Don't forget, you can buy all the stuff online. So the handy little OmniGrid ruler, the Big Book of Lap Quilts with 51 quilts in it, you can purchase online. You get our discount if you're a Sew Fun member, but even if you're not, since you're watching our video, we're going to give it to you anyway this month. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you next time.